Welcome into the sports show, where we can be found in multiple locations. One of them is fandom.com, and the second, of course, is show.ryantakeo.com. Speaking of Ryan Takeo, on my right.
Yes, hello everyone. Glad to be a part of the Fandom family. And as always, we've been at show.ryantakeo.com, and just glad to be here after a long break and a very relaxing spring break.
On my left.
Hey, what's going on?
Introduce yourself, is what I'm saying.
Introduce myself? What is this, huh? I thought that we were better friends than that. You can't introduce me now? I kept my mouth shut and everything.
Steve Sliker, everybody.
There he is. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to see you today. Hope everything's going well, and I want the rain to go away.
Yeah, don't we all? So it's been about 2 weeks since we last did a show, and since then, what is the biggest thing that's gone on? Obviously, it's college basketball. When we had our last show, there were 65 teams. Now there's 4. Just your opening thoughts.
I wish that I picked the right mid-majors. We were kind of going about this or talking to Steve about, choosing the right dark horses, and that's why we're watching the tournament, the conference tournaments and whatnot, and I just didn't choose the right horses.
Yeah. How'd you do, Steve?
My bracket's completely busted. As you know, if you listen to the show, watch the show on fandom.com, that I picked Texas to win the whole thing. I was completely wrong with that. They completely laid an egg against Memphis. I think the tournament's been really boring so far. I mean, there's not been a lot of upsets. Davidson was the one thing that was keeping me interested in the tournament. And now we just kind of can look back when we're 80 years old now and say, wow, we were around when the 4 number ones all made it that first year.
See, I wouldn't say that it's boring. I think that we're in uncharted territories because of the 4 number ones, but I mean, there still were good games. I mean, at times you had Kansas and UCLA on the brink of extinction, and then you also, I mean, they're very close games and very back and forth games, and even in the early rounds, you had overtime games, you had buzzer beaters.
Yeah. See, it started slow Thursday, but Friday really picked up the slack. Opening weekend, Friday was unbelievable with the Western Kentucky game.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great game. Then there was a bunch of good games on that Friday. That weekend was all right. Since then, it's really been about Davidson, and it's been about what we thought all year. There's not a lot, but there's a couple great teams, and the great teams are just rolling. And that's the way it is. And I'm highly interested in this weekend based on great teams. We have great matchups, and no matter who wins or loses on Saturday, we have a great matchup in the finals. So Steve's bracket's busted. Is yours done?
Well, I mean, I had Georgetown, so Davidson really, I mean...
Did you have Georgetown winning it all?
No, I had Georgetown making it into the final. So that was...
against UCLA?
Against UCLA, and I have UCLA winning it all. But, I have 6 of 8 for the Elite 8, which isn't too bad. But, and I had Texas... go ahead and beating Memphis. Memphis has definitely surprised me.
Yeah.
And I know we're going to talk about this right now. I think that they are the team to beat right now.
Memphis. Don't tell Coach Cal that.
No, don't. I'm not.
He's liking the underdog card. I mean, you can lay off his Memphis Tigers.
Well, I mean, they shot. I mean, their big weakness was supposedly that they couldn't shoot free throws, but they shot 84% against Texas, and I think 73% the game before that. But
so are they your most impressive number one? Because that's one thing I want to get into.
Definitely. I think that they are the team to beat right now, and they're playing the best.
Who's yours?
Memphis. 15.75 is the margin they're beating people by in this tournament. 15.75 points a game. Just an incredible margin that they're beating people by. But they're not the only one, though. All these other number one teams, that's why I'm saying it's been just a Goliath-ridden tournament. All these number one teams are winning by double digits over every single opponent they played. There have been a couple of close games with the number one.
UCLA got lucky against A&M.
But for the most part, it's been blowouts with these number one seeds.
Yeah, Coach Cal, I got your back. UNC is the team to beat.
Yeah, they're good.
Just ask ESPN. Just ask Dick Vitale. They're the team to beat. I'm not going to get on. You're going to lose, Memphis. You're done. I'm going to help you here, Coach Cal, even though I got you winning it in my bracket. So, anyways, what do you expect out of UCLA Memphis? You got them as a team to beat, but what do you expect from the game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of torn because I have UCLA in my bracket, but after seeing Memphis and how they're playing, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, this is how it usually turns out. You have it depends on two things. Your success in the tournament depends on two things, and that is coaches and coaching and experience coaching, and then you also have guard play. And for me, I just think that Memphis's guards in Rose, I think that Rose has just
he's an absolute stud. Rose.
Yeah, and I think that he's playing better than Collison right now, and I think that Calipari and Howland, they've both been there, so they kind of cancel each other out. I just think that Memphis, even though they don't have to be as deep as UCLA, I just think that their guard play
they are deep though. They got some guys who come off that bench. Taggart comes off that bench. The little.
But what
guy
I'm saying is they don't have a full rotation. They have 8 players.
Okay.
They're long. They're athletic. They really dominated Texas, which in Texas
smoked Texas
own backyard.
I mean, they smoked them.
Yeah,
they lit them up. It was a game for like 2 seconds early in the second half. I mean, they just beat them down in basically a road game.
Yeah, I got UCLA beating Memphis, even though I called Memphis as my number one most impressive so far. I think UCLA in a gritty, gutty, warlike battle they're gonna beat Memphis, and they're gonna go on to play your Tar Heels. And I think
not my Tar Heels.
UCLA, well, your brother's Tar Heels. UCLA is gonna win it all. I got UCLA winning it all over UNC. 90-85 in the championship.
For my predictions, I'm just going to stick with my bracket because I do have all 4 right. So I'm just going to continue to move on here. I have Memphis beating Kansas in the final game. And I will say that I think that Memphis and Kansas, I think that the relief, they just have a sense of relief for getting there. And while some people seem to think that that's going to hurt them, I think it's going to help them. I think Memphis and Kansas are going to play completely loose, and they are as athletic or as good as UCLA and North Carolina. And I just think their mentality is going to be like, Memphis is going to stay with that underdog role because everyone's picking UCLA, as far as I can hear still. I mean, I know that Memphis has been the most impressive, but I got a feeling that most people are going to pick UCLA in that game. Most people picked UNC-UCLA final game, and I just think they're going to play loose, and they're going to just make their shots as they've been doing. And like you said, Derrick Rose, to me, is the best player in college basketball. I'm not saying he's a player of the year. I'm not saying he had the best season. To me, he's the best player in college basketball right now, and I just can't wait. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think that there is anything that can stop this weekend. I think the 4 number ones is really good because there's nothing that's going to stop us from having good games.
Yeah, totally. I agree. But I think one thing we have to look for, and I don't really like them, I'm putting my sports biases aside, Kansas is going to fly under the radar in this Final Four. No one's going to be talking about Kansas. Kansas could surprise some people and maybe even win this whole thing.
Well, I think that may be true just because of the love fest for North Carolina. I mean, but Bill Self is a good coach. He finally got over the hump and
Don't
made
tell
it into.
Steve. He hates Bill Self.
I hate him. I can't stand.
Well, I mean
Bill Self.
that's fine, but you have. I mean, plus they have a lot to. They really have nothing to lose because no one's expecting anything from them.
Exactly.
And that's the point I was trying to make. Absolutely.
And they actually have a little bit more motivation because they're facing their ex-coach, who was a traitor and who did leave under a cloud of kind of confusion and a lot of. There's a lot of ill will toward Roy Williams. So I think that they have the motivation and they have. Like I said, they have nothing to lose.
And the country is on Carolina's side. If you check out Sports Nation, everybody, it's all green with Carolina. It's absolutely crazy. The pressure's going to be nuts for Carolina.
The funny part about that is with Kansas is like it's not like they're under talented compared to North Carolina or anybody else. They have as much talent. They are probably the deepest team. I mean, they have how many guards on that team? Four. I mean, four guards who can clutch up and hit the big shot. I mean, Chalmers seems to always hit the big shot. I think Kansas is good, and like you guys said, I think they're going to play loose. That'll do it for college basketball. We have a second segment, so please come on board with us to the NBA.